Do you ever feel a pit in your stomach every time you talk to a girl? Or when you see a pretty girl, it doesn't matter how much you want to go talk to her, it's almost as if your feet are planted on the ground and you just can't move? Well, you're not alone, brother. This nervousness is a reality for the majority, a hurdle that seems insurmountable. But why is this so? Well, it's not hard to see the societal pressures at play here. We live in a world that often expects men to make the first move, to be assertive and confident. These expectations can be daunting, and they can make even the thought of approaching someone you're interested in seem like an Everest you're ill-equipped to climb. Add to this the fear of rejection, and it's no wonder that so many of us feel the jitters. But here's the good news. Nervousness is not a permanent state. It's not a life sentence. It's something you can overcome, something you can learn to control. But what if we told you you can overcome this nervousness and approach women with absolute confidence? Watch this video to find out how. The first strategy in overcoming nervousness is building your self-confidence. Self-confidence is like the secret sauce to success in any social interaction. It's that inner belief in your abilities, your worth, and your potential. When you radiate self-confidence, people, including the ladies, are naturally drawn to you. It's like a magnet. Imagine you're at a party. There's a woman you're interested in across the room. You make your way over, fueled by self-confidence. You don't hesitate, you don't second-guess, you just act. You introduce yourself, you make her laugh. You have a genuine conversation. This is the power of self-confidence. It's transformative. It changes the game entirely. Now, you might be thinking, that sounds great, but how do I build self-confidence? Well, there are a few ways. First, start with positive affirmations. These are statements that reinforce a positive belief about yourself. They can be as simple as "I am confident" or "I am good enough." Repeat these to yourself daily, make them your mantra. There are a lot of men who are uglier than you with hot women. You know why? Because they think that they are good enough. So stop thinking that a girl is out of your league or that she is never going to like you just because you're too short, too ugly, or too fat. Thinking like that will only make you more nervous and actually mess up your chances to get her. Also, maintain a healthy lifestyle. How you treat your body directly impacts how you feel about yourself. Eating right, exercising regularly, getting enough sleep, these are all crucial for feeling good, and when you feel good, you naturally exude confidence. Next, stop getting too emotionally invested. Once you stop being overly invested into that one girl that you think is the perfect girl for you and realize that there are plenty of fish in the sea, you're going to stop putting so much pressure on yourself. When you overly focus on one girl, you often get scared that she might reject you and that you'll never find another girl like her again. That is the wrong mentality to have. Nothing good comes from the scarcity mindset. Lastly, stop over-sexualizing women. I know it's hard, especially if you watch a lot of porn. Your brain is probably fucked. You gotta stop seeing girls as just being a pair of ass and tits. It will only make you excited and act even more weird. Women are regular human beings, so treat them as such. Remember, confidence comes from within, and it's something you can cultivate. So start cultivating your self-confidence today and watch as your interactions with women transform. Our second strategy is a classic one. Practice makes perfect. We've all heard this timeless adage, but let's delve into how it applies to our topic at hand. Now imagine you're learning to play a musical instrument. You wouldn't expect to master it on the first try, would you? Of course not. You'd practice, make mistakes, learn from them, and practice some more. The same principle applies when it comes to interacting with girls. The first step is to actually start practicing conversations and interactions. This might sound a little daunting at first, but remember, practice is about making mistakes and learning from them. It's about stepping out of your comfort zone and trying something new. So where do you start? Well, there are countless ways to practice. You could start by having casual conversations with your female friends. This will help you understand their perspective, and you'll learn to hold conversations that are both interesting and engaging. After that, you can ask your way to hot women on the street. Another effective method is role-playing. You can do this with a friend or even by yourself. Create different scenarios and rehearse them. This might feel a little silly at first, but it's a powerful way to prepare for real-life situations. It'll help you anticipate different responses, and you'll be better equipped to handle them when they actually occur. In fact, practicing in front of a mirror can be surprisingly effective as well. It allows you to observe your own body language and expressions and tweak them for the better. But here's the thing, practice is not just about repetition, it's also about reflection. After each interaction, take a moment to reflect on what went well and what didn't. Use these reflections to guide your future practices. Remember, the goal here is not to become a smooth-talking charmer overnight. It's about becoming comfortable in your own skin and being able to express yourself confidently. So, start practicing, make mistakes, learn from them, and practice some more. With time and effort, you'll see a significant improvement in your interactions with girls. The more you practice, the better you'll become at handling your nerves. Our third and final strategy is a tough one to swallow: embracing failure. Now, I know what you're thinking. Why on earth would I want to embrace failure? Well, let me tell you, it's not as counterintuitive as it sounds. Think about it. Every great story you've ever heard, every successful person you've admired, they've all had one thing in common: failure. They've all had moments where they stumbled, where they fell flat on their faces. But what makes these stories inspiring, what makes these people successful, is not that they avoided failure, but that they embraced it. Embracing failure doesn't mean celebrating when things go wrong. Instead, it's about learning to see each failure, each misstep, as an opportunity to grow, to improve. It's about understanding that every interaction, whether it ends with a smile or a frown, is a stepping stone on your path to becoming more confident, less nervous. Let's take an example. Imagine you're at a party and you see a girl you're interested in. You muster up the courage to approach her only to be met with a polite but firm rejection. Now you could see this as a failure, a reason to retreat and never try again. Or you could embrace this failure. You could analyze what went wrong. Was it your approach, your timing, your conversation starter? And then you use this analysis to better your next approach. Every perceived failure is a chance to learn something new about yourself, about others, and about the world around you. It helps you to become more resilient, more understanding, and ultimately, more confident. So the next time you find yourself in a situation where you're nervous, where you're afraid of failure, remember this: failure is not your enemy. It's not something to be avoided at all costs. It's a teacher, a guide, a stepping stone to success. And the beautiful thing about embracing failure is that it takes away the fear of it. Once you stop fearing failure, you start fearing less and doing more. And isn't that what we're all striving for? Remember, failure is not the opposite of success, it's part of it. To recap, we've explored the importance of self-confidence, how practice makes perfect, and the necessity of embracing failure as a stepping stone to success. Remember, these aren't just theories, they're proven methods to help you approach with ease and assurance. Implement these strategies in your day-to-day interactions. The key lies in taking that first step, and before you know it, you'll be navigating conversations with grace and poise. I'd love to hear how these strategies work for you, so don't hesitate to share your experiences in the comments section below. Now, you've got the tools to conquer your nerves, but our journey doesn't stop here. Subscribe and stay tuned for our next video where we'll dive deeper into dealing with women. Remember, courage doesn't mean you don't get nervous, it means you don't let nervousness stop you. See you in the next one, brother.